we're taking 100 years of experience that we have in hardware, specifically pneumatics and also electromechanical now, and now we're applying a layer of software onto that hardware. And what I mean by that is that we're applying a very basic machine learning software, where we take a model that we train when we install the components and the software, and then we can apply raw data from the actual machine moving. And that raw data, we will spot trends or look for trends that can identify or show that potentially the components are not operating at 100%. We call these anomaly scores. So you'll start with a 100% health score, and then the more anomalies you're detecting, the lower the health of the individual components will show on a dashboard. That allows you as the user to start, planning in advance for potential failure. So i.e. you want to stop the machine before the whole line stops, and you can replace the parts, or you can order your spare parts just in time. So that unlocks a whole new level of operational efficiencies when you're an end user, and also for an OEM, you can allow you to do more with your current machine offerings with service packages, etc. Specifically for the Motion Insight Electric, we are getting all the data directly from our own servo and stepper drives that is feeding directly into an industrial PC or an edge device, depending on what your machine is including. But all the data comes directly from our own controllers, so you don't need to worry about adding additional hardware. If you have a factory that's already running really seamlessly, maybe there's not so much opportunity to increase your downtime or decrease your downtime. However, if you're running a factory with a lot of downtime, maybe there's a bigger return on the investment. The biggest thing here is, though, you unlock the next level of intelligence into your machine, so you're more prepared for the future. An example I would like to talk about is not electrical, it's pneumatic, but a large customer of the software actually prevented a whole potential failure from ever happening again, because the software kept spotting the trend, and therefore they never had a failure again. So this guy, big operation, a lot of opportunities, so they had a nice return on the investment, but this is very individually based. So any Festo servo drive can be used. So it can already be installed into a field, driving a Festo servo motor or stepper drive. Doesn't have to be a Festo actuator. Of course, we would recommend using Festo actuators, but it can be used with any current installed or any future drives from Festo. Our software is designed to be more of an app function, so it's kind of in its own container. So think of it as a Lego piece. For example, if you're running a Siemens setup, you can install our software onto Siemens ecosystems or eco drives, and it will fit right in. So yes, there are flexibility to use other ecosystems. It doesn't only have to be a Festo ecosystem, but the most important part is to make sure that you're monitoring the Festo drives. Pretty much any pneumatic actuator that you will see in today's industrial environment. It can be linear, it can be semi-rotary. The only ones we don't monitor is continuous air motors. There we would recommend you use some other technologies, but doesn't have to be a Festo brand. As long as you have an in position with a sensor to confirm that the cylinder has made its full stroke, this software can be applied for those applications. So because of the way the software is set up, we're not taking any proprietary information from the actuator. We're literally just looking at how long does it take an actuator to move from when we ask it to move. And is that changing over time? Then we will notify the user through the dashboard to see something is out of the norm, you should investigate it more. So any actuator of Festo, a non-Festo component, as long as we have sensor slots on, sensor points on there to verify that we started that movement and we ended the movement when we asked it to do, then we can apply the software.